Good morning, guys. Welcome to Princess Ninja and Keto. Welcome to the sunshiny state of Florida where it is 56 degrees at 6:55 a.m. In just a minute here, due to video magic, I will be showing you what's in my lunchbox today. I'm going to do one meal today because, well, not OMAD. I'm going to be doing my 2MAD today, which means I'm going to be eating my lunch sometime around 10:30, 11 o'clock. And then fasting a good solid 6-7 hours before my workout, and then of course dinner sometime around 6 to 7 o'clock. So that seems to be what my body likes the best. I feel the best, I have the most energy, I like the workouts, and the weight loss is working. So this morning I'm up a pound, and it's because of the extra dairy. I absolutely 100% sure it's the extra dairy. I had the quarter cup or two heaping tablespoons of sour cream on the pork rinds. I had, for dinner, I had 1 cup of the Fage 0% yogurt with just a little bit of sweetener. And then I had 2 coffees yesterday. So I had the first coffee in the morning with 2 tablespoons of keto creamer, and then I had an iced coffee a little later with 2 more tablespoons of keto creamer, and that is a little bit more dairy than I think my body can handle. So this morning I'm feeling a little bit of achiness in my joints, I'm feeling a little inflamed, I'm feeling a little but it's okay, it'll pass. So what I'm going to do today is I do have the keto creamer in my coffee, but I gotta tell you, keto creamer, I'm going to insert a video. You know what? Just let me insert the screenshot here. All right, guys, I tried to take advantage of the buy one, get one free. I went all the way through the checkout process, tried to put in this Cup of Joe Bros coupon code, and it didn't work. So I'm not real sure what's going on. I'm going to reach out to them and see if I can get some help. What I love is that you can have 3 full measured tablespoons for 50 calories, keeping you at a weight loss fasting calorie range for your coffee. And I like that it has 0 carbs. And I like that it gives you that blonde creaminess in your coffee without going over on the heavy whipping cream calories or all the extra dairy. So I think I covered all the super coffee bases. So if you use my link below and then you use the code in that screenshot that I did, Cup of Joe Bros, right? Write that down. Write that down. You guys will get buy one, get one free. I'll get a little bit of credit because you use my link to go there. It's win-win for me. You'll get to try an amazing product, win-win for you, and you'll be supporting an amazing company in super coffee. Win-win for them. And you get buy one, get one free. So it's a win again. All right, guys, this is my lunch. It is 1 whole chicken breast from Publix. I have removed the skin and I'm not eating it because of the maltodextrin in the seasoning, and 1/3 of a cucumber, followed by a super coffee. All right, guys, so I'm getting ready to go out on my walk. I have changed the needle in here, and of course alcohol wipe on my finger. And today's experiment is to kind of get my point across about how fitness and activity can actually have a huge impact. Let's get this to where we can see it. There we go. Can have a huge impact on both our glucose and our ketones. So real quick, it is 4/21, April 29th. I have been fasted for 6 hours. Hold on, that was not deep enough. All right, I have been fasted for 6 hours now. And this is the ketone reading. Okay, 0.6. Just to let you know, guys, I don't ever register high on ketones. The only time I've ever registered over 1 point anything was when I did a 24-hour fast. All right, so this is the glucose. All right, 87. That looks beautiful. That looks beautiful. Now let's see what it looks like when we come back. All right, guys, welcome to my commitment to fitness. I am aiming for 3 miles today. So I want to talk to you about a couple things. When I first started this journey, man, I remember thinking to myself the first time I heard about intermittent fasting, and they're like 12 hours. Yes, start with 12 hours. And I tried to do a 12-hour fast, and I was so hungry I could have chewed my own arm off, right? And I'm thinking, I can't fast. How do these people fast for 16 hours and they're not starving? My body just hadn't repaired enough, right? I tried to fast too soon into my journey. I was trying to fast at 6 weeks, 9 weeks keto. I still had a fatty liver to reverse. I still had diabetes to reverse. I had just come off metformin, and my body really needed to relearn how to regulate my own sugar because the metformin had kind of bypassed the process, the natural process of regulating my sugar. So now my body's really confused. It was hard and it was stressful on my body. And even though no matter how good the intentions are and how good the results are going to be in the long run, anytime you make a major change like that to your body, it's going to react sometimes not good, even though what you're doing has very good intentions. But back to non-scale victories. So I remember the first time I tried a 16-hour fast, and man, at 15 hours, I was just so hungry. And I thought to myself, this is torture. This is literally and legitimately torture. A few months of doing some intermittent fasting at 16 hours, and then I pushed myself to 18 hours, and then 16 hours seemed really easy, and before you know it, you blinked and it was 20 hours. I've even made a 24-hour fast. And now, the reason I bring this up is because now when you hear my videos, you'll say, yeah, I only fasted 12 hours today. Or I only fasted 15 hours today, like it's nothing. Where a year ago, I felt like I could never do this. Same thing goes with my blood sugar. Like I look at an 87 blood sugar now and I'm like, oh, that looks great. And I'm grateful, don't get me wrong. But I remember the first morning I woke up with a blood sugar under 120. I was stoked. And then the first day I woke up with 120 off metformin, I was stoked. And then the first morning that I woke up with a blood sugar in the 80s, I was stoked. Now it's expected. As long as I stay keto and I stay on track, it's expected. But you've got to journal these things because the longer you're on this journey, the easier it is to forget how steep that mountain looked when you were standing at the bottom. All right, guys, I owe you a huge apology. I went out for a walk. I did about 2.25 miles. You can see it's 6:07. I haven't eaten yet. See, I'm in the process of making some egg salad. I have not eaten yet, but I did 2.5 miles. My whole point of showing you this was to show you that fitness can actually have a huge impact on both your blood sugar and your ketones. Let me fix this camera so you can actually see the reading as it happens. Get my strips out. Let me try this. Okay, guys. There we go. Okay, so first we're going to do glucose, and I think my previous one was 87. So, All right, so the previous one was 87. Let's see what the glucose is. 106. All right, so how this is explained is I have not eaten anything. My body created its own glucose to sustain me during fitness. So sometimes when you guys count on these glucose numbers, you really, really can't. And 1.0. See, so while these strips can be incredibly useful in trying to figure out what foods have an impact on you, what foods don't have an impact on you. They're not 100%. So just like we're not going to let the scale decide or measure our success, we're not going to let this measure our success either. They are just tools. Guys, this is my dinner tonight. I have 2 ounces of liverwurst. I have a couple celery sticks left over from my egg salad, and then I have 2 large romaine lettuce leaves that I made wraps with, and then of course the additional egg salad. Most likely I won't be able to eat all of this, but if I can, I will pack it up for a lunch tomorrow. It's all good. That's my dinner. Guys, well, now most of the time, if you only have 1 day or 2 days a week where you do super low calorie, it's not going to really affect you. But how it affects me is if I wake up super hungry tomorrow, then it's really hard for me to control my calories. So I didn't eat the last couple spoonfuls of egg salad, and I opted for this Too Good yogurt because I also needed to pick up my protein. My protein was well under 100, so I'm doing this to kind of right my macros. I'm still going to have a very low calorie day, but it's my favorite yogurt ever. All right, guys, it's time for some accountability. I have been binge free for 116 days. I've had 2 cheats for the year 2020. My lowest weight was 185.6 last week. I am seeing a weight gain, but that's okay. We'll figure it all out. So let's start with Monday's weigh-in was 186.6. Tuesday's weigh-in 186.6. Today was 187.4. I'm not really sure, based on my macros, based on my fitness, based on everything, why I would be gaining weight other than to say that something that I've eaten has reacted to me, or my body, for whatever reason, may be holding on to some water weight. I'm not sure, but it's okay. It's okay. We're not going to sweat this. This morning, my weigh-in was 187.4. My calories today is 1172. My grams of protein is 110. My fat grams, 78. My carbohydrates at 9, and my steps at 10,730 steps. So let me turn this. I'm still giving myself an A, even though I've gained weight, because, I mean, the numbers are here. You can see I'm doing everything right. Not sure why the weight's going up, but I'm not going to sweat it. All right, guys, so I'm going to wrap this up like this. It doesn't matter that my weight's gone up a little bit because I know I'm doing everything right. It's possible that I could be having a inflammation response to something that I'm eating. I'll figure that out. I know this is only temporary. It's not a big deal. My calories don't justify 1.5 pounds. My fat grams don't justify 1.5 pounds. Nothing that I am doing as far as nutrition justifies 1.5 pounds. So it's obviously something my body's doing. All on its own. Just like it changed the glucose reading on demand. I started exerting a lot of energy. It knew that I would need glucose. So what did it do? It turned protein into glycogen so that I could have that sustained energy. You watched my ketones change, everything. The body sometimes works behind the scenes and does things that we can't explain, we can't understand, unless, of course, you have a background in this stuff. Like I said, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a doctor. I'm just your neighborhood-friendly keto YouTuber that talks about my journey and hopes I can get it all figured out so I can share what works for me with you, right? Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you all for responding to yesterday's. I'm glad you find me inspirational. I had so many great messages today saying, oh my gosh, I felt like you were talking right to me. That makes me feel great. That comments like that make my day. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow with another daily vlog. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.